Welcome to the 3-Step Fat Loss Formula. My name is Coach Joe. I'm the CEO and head coach of Heartletics, and this is going to be a solution for dads and busy men struggling to lose body fat. So, who is this presentation for? Well, it's for any men out there that have struggled with different diets. Maybe they tried going low carb or keto or paleo or Weight Watchers or, different programs out there like V-Shred or P90X or anything like that where, maybe they saw some results in the very beginning, but it was not really sustainable. They end up just falling off the wagon, regaining all the weight right back. This is going to be specifically for men that are looking to learn and create sustainable habits for their lifestyle. Men who want to take control over their health and not wait around for a magic pill. Men, just like Jimmy, who's a bus driver that wanted to learn how to have more energy so that way he can spend more quality time playing with his kids and teach them better habits as well. Also, guys like Mark, a busy work professional that did hundreds of different diets in the past but never had any long-term success with losing the weight and keeping it off for good. So now you're probably wondering, who am I? Well, my name is Coach Joe. I'm a certified personal trainer. I'm a certified nutritionist. I'm a certified strength and conditioning coach. I'm the CEO and head coach of Heartletics. I've helped over thousands of guys transform their bodies, transform their minds, transform their lives. Hundreds of guys actually get off their medications like blood pressure and cholesterol, and dozens of guys even reverse their type 2 diabetes. But putting all that aside, I'm a dad, I'm a husband, I'm a family man. I'm somebody that loves my family to death and wants to just make the world a better place. And in order to get in shape physically and mentally, I know that it all starts with me. And I have to put myself first so that way I can become the best version of myself to pour back out into others, like my family, like my friends, like my clients. And you're going to be learning just how you can do the same in today's presentation. Now, this will help you if you're trying to lose body fats, create healthier habits, have more energy, lower your blood pressure, lower cholesterol, reduce anxiety, depression, gain more confidence, be more motivated, become a leader, but most importantly, not a liability. You want to become an asset for your family and friends. You're going to learn that in today's presentation. I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step system that has helped over 2,000 men reach their goals. Guys, just like Brian, who lost over 85 pounds, somebody that was struggling with his work, just working this rotating swing shift where, the first week it's, first shift, second week it's second shift, third week it's, third shift, and just constantly rotating. His body couldn't keep up. And so he tried all these different diets, literally hundreds of them, to lose the weight so that way he had more energy to play with his kids, but nothing worked for him. He was clueless. He was stuck. He was at a loss. And it wasn't until he saw my Facebook ad about easy, sustainable habits. And he was curious. He wanted to learn how to speed up his metabolism. He wanted to learn how to have more energy to play with his kids. But most importantly, he wanted to learn how to become an asset. He wanted to learn how to become a leader and not a liability. Guys also like Dennis. He lost over 90 pounds. He always believed it was just calories in versus calories out because that's what everybody was telling him on YouTube and everybody was telling him that on Google. But at the end of the day, that's not how it works in order to speed up your metabolism. And he didn't know how to properly train to build up his muscle. He was highly stressed at work. But most importantly, he just wanted to learn how to lose weight so that way he could have more energy. He could be more present for his family. He can be a better employer for his work. But most importantly, he wanted to learn how to get off all of his medications. That way he wasn't putting his health at risk anymore. Guys also like Greg. He was working out very hard, but constantly seemed like it was just Groundhog's Day over and over and over again. He would train very hard, but never saw the results he was looking for. He really lacked the nutrition guidance. Especially when going out to eat. He loved going to these different restaurants and fast food places, and he saw everybody else was able to do this and stay in shape and get in shape, but he was always kind of curious. He's like, hey, I'm working out very hard, but, why is it that I can't eat the foods that I like? Every time I do, I end up reversing and sabotaging my results. And so He ultimately wanted to learn how to have that guidance, have that knowledge, but he wanted to learn how to become an example for his grandkids and also get off his blood pressure medications. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what our 3-step fat loss formula looks like, and most importantly, how you can use it to help you get the results you're looking for and burn body fats. Now, I want to say this before we continue. I have nothing to sell you at all. At the end of the presentation, if you feel like you want to take the next steps in setting up a free assessment call with either somebody from my team or myself and go over your health and fitness goals, then awesome. That's fine, right? Completely fair. But just know this, that I'm going to be teaching you everything in today's presentation, okay? But first, this is not a quick fix. And I want you to truly understand this, And second, if you want to, make a change, like you have to want to make a change, like plain and simple. You can't just sit around and snap your fingers or expect a magic fat loss pill to come out of the sky. It doesn't work like that. This requires work. And remember, your results are your responsibility. You can't just sit there and point the finger at somebody or something as to why your life is the way that it is. Every time you do that, you got to remember you have 3 fingers pointing right back at you. It's time for you to take control, time for you to take action. So can you relate? I mean, honestly, do you feel like it's Groundhog's Day over and over again? Nothing changes in your life or your health, and it just kind of keeps on getting worse. You tried countless of different diets and programs only to have just short-term success, but nothing really sustainable. And then do you feel like it's impossible to get in shape without cutting out your favorite foods or maybe alcohol? Do you feel like life just constantly throws curveballs your way? And, ultimately, when you get hit with one of those curveballs, whether it's stress at home or stress at work, you just seem to kind of fall off the wagon? Do you feel like you're not being the man that you truly want to be by leading by example, whether that's for your family or friends or coworkers? Do you want to have endless amounts of energy to play with your kids? Do you want to have more testosterone and a better sex drive? See, the real problem is that most men hop from diet to diet because they simply don't know how to use the 3-step fat loss formula for creating sustainable habits. Now, once you apply these, I promise you this, you're going to have more confidence, more certainty, better peace of mind, knowing that you have a simple framework to use that will always work for you. I mean, honestly, you'll have a system to follow that will literally always help, even if life throws you curveballs and you do fall off the wagon. I promise you, this 3-step fat loss formula is very, very effective, especially when you learn how to apply it for your own lifestyle. You'll be able to eat the foods and drinks that you love without feeling guilty or restricted, especially while traveling. The best part is, following through with the 3-step fat loss formula is actually pretty simple. Here it is right here. Acquisition, application, accountability. This is it. This is the bread and butter. This is the meat and potatoes behind thousands of successful transformations at Heartletics. Hundreds of guys getting off their medications, dozens of guys reversing their type 2 diabetes. Once again, acquisition, application, accountability. The first step to the 3-step fat loss formula is acquisition. And that means acquiring the knowledge. I mean, think about it. What if somebody taught you how to specifically eat and train for your body type and goals? We like to use the phrase over at Heartletics. Somebody can give you a fish and feed you for a day, or somebody can teach you how to fish and feed you for the rest of your life. I'm pretty sure if somebody taught you about your body type and most importantly, metabolism and the knowledge that you need to know how to improve on that, you're going to see better results almost instantly. The second step is application. Now, once you learn that knowledge, it's all about how do you apply this, but how do you do so in a way where most importantly, you're creating sustainable habits. See, we don't believe in these one-size-fits-all cookie-cutter programs or, diets out there because they don't do anything long-term. They don't teach, they don't educate, And so what we like to do is help our members learn how to become their own trainer, learn how to become their own nutritionist, where they have all the tools to apply these habits into their own lifestyle, because that's what's going to be sustainable long term. And lastly, accountability. At the end of the day, you need to have people in your corner. This is really one of the glue to the whole piece of the puzzle, is making sure that you're showing up each and every day and you're trying to become the best version of yourself. When you have people in your corner, this makes it so much easier as well. So you're probably thinking, if this is so simple, which it is, why is over 45% of Americans obese? Well, hey, I kind of wonder that as well. And you'll actually learn, right, why men fail. And unfortunately, that a lot of men typically do fail. And this is probably one of the easiest things to actually, have success with. It's your overall health. But here's a few reasons why guys fail. One, analysis by paralysis. I mean, think about it. If you go to YouTube or go to Google, there's all this different information out there. You're going to have somebody that's in shape telling you to, not eat carbs. And then you're going to have somebody that's in shape telling you to eat carbs. Okay, well, hey, they're both in great shape. One's telling me to not eat carbs. The other one's telling me to eat carbs. Who do I believe? And so it's just when guys get too confused, it actually stops them from taking the first steps forward. The second reason why guys fail is lack of support. I talk about accountability often. And look at it like this. I mean, would you go out to war all by yourself with a small little pistol? How successful would you be? Would you ever play in a sport with, no teammates? Imagine playing basketball 1 against 5. Once again, how successful would you be? So why would you want to do anything in life solo, or it's just you all by yourself? A few other reasons why men fail is, one, they just don't prioritize their health. You can't change your health if you don't care about it. Your health should be the top of the priority list, because improving it will actually help out all areas of your life, and you can also help out others. And lastly, they just simply don't believe they can make a change. It's these self-limiting beliefs of the past, right? These lies, and, just maybe they tried hundreds of different diets before in the past. They feel like they're destined to be overweight and out of shape the rest of their life. And it's just, once again, these lies, these self-limiting beliefs. A few disturbing facts that I think you should know. For starters, diabetes. 37.3 million people have diabetes, and 11.3 is of the U.S. population. Now, diagnosed is about 28.7 million people. Now, unfortunately, there's a bunch of people, 8.5 million, that are actually undiagnosed. They don't even go to the doctors. They don't even get blood work done. They don't even do normal annual checkups. A few other disturbing facts that I think you should know is about blood pressure. 68 million Americans, that's 1 in every 3 adults, have high blood pressure. And nearly 20% don't even know they have it. The most disturbing fact, though, is probably this, is that most men don't even know how to improve their health to get off their medications. And it was like this with a lot of these guys that we helped coach. Guys like Mike Berry, who reversed his type 2 diabetes and also got off of all of his blood pressure and cholesterol medications in just 7 weeks of coaching. Guys like Bill also, he just was struggling at a loss because, diabetes and high blood pressure ran in his family. He knew he needed to make a change, but just didn't know how. Other guys like John Baker, all of his tests came back great. He actually was told by his doctors to stop taking his cholesterol medications. No more blood pressure, nothing like that. He's no longer even considered obese. Jeff Turner, no longer pre-diabetic. Carl, he's no longer struggling with his diabetes either. Brian Wilson, same thing, dropping his A1C levels, right? Which means he's not a diabetic anymore. Other guys like Mike Hoffman, he's somebody that got off all of his blood pressure, cholesterol medications, and most importantly, he's not struggling with diabetes anymore either. Guys also like Greg, he's off all of his blood pressure medications. And simple things like just understanding how your body fat works in all of this. And this is why at Heartletics, we focus on fat loss rather than weight loss, because when you lose your body fat, that is going to prove that you're getting healthy. Anybody can cut out their carbohydrates and lose some water weight, but that doesn't change your body fat percentage. So the real question is, do you even know what your body fat percentage is? Most guys, that's over 30% body fat, they struggle with so many different health factors, not just lacking confidence and self-esteem for having like the man boobs and the beer belly, but high blood pressure, high cholesterol, taking medication with those, not making any changes to your lifestyle. Think about it. Your A1C levels are going to eventually elevate. And that is unfortunately where your doctor is telling you that you're type 2 diabetic, sadly. And it's the easiest thing in the world to reverse and change just by focusing on your health. So I guess the real question is, do you even know how to lower your body fat percentage? I mean, here's what most guys do. They cut out their calories, right? They just go on these crash diets where they don't eat anything, cut out all their carbs, right? Which I don't understand why. Carbohydrates play a vital role in healthy metabolism levels and testosterone levels. I mean, even the people that you just saw that we help reverse their type 2 diabetes, we don't even cut out their carbohydrates because we know overall how vital it is for helping them, create healthier habits. Also, intermittent fasting. You hear about that all the time where people just stop eating breakfast or they stop eating late at night, but it doesn't teach you anything. It's just a time restriction. Tons and tons of cardio because they don't know the importance of strength training and how to build up their muscle to actually improve and speed up their metabolism. Or fall into any other of these fad diets that's out there. But it's not your fault. I mean, let's face the facts. Everybody that you're seeing right here, they all struggled at one form or another with trying some of these different diets out there. I mean, it's endless. I feel like every year they're making new diets left to right, and it's just guys are getting suckered into the shiny object syndrome. Oh, this thing must work. It's the best thing in the world, right? But what they're lacking is just guidance, knowledge, learning how to create sustainable habits. Remember, 3-step fat loss formula: acquisition, acquiring the knowledge of learning how to properly eat and train for your body type and goals. Second, application. How do you apply that knowledge into creating sustainable habits for your lifestyle? And lastly, third, probably the most important, is accountability. Having guys hold you accountable and helping you every step of the way. It's right here. Plain and simple. And so my question to you is, who's teaching you the acquisition? Who is really helping you with learning that knowledge? Maybe that's just all you need, is somebody just to help you out. My best advice for you, and this is after helping over 2,000 men reach their health and fitness goals, hundreds of men get off their medications, and dozens of men reverse their type 2 diabetes. You have to have a new mindset. Once you have a new mindset, you would definitely have a new, better life. You're going to get new results, plain and simple. Most guys have this big old egos. Oh, I know what to do. I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do this. Like, I know how to lose weight. I know how to burn body fat. But the reality is they don't. Just kind of stuck in their old ways. And, having a fixed mindset compared to a growth mindset is honestly what is making guys not see any signs of progression, making guys not see any changes year after year. They think it's just cut out the calories, cut out the carbs, do tons and tons of cardio. But once again, all they're doing is really putting a Band-Aid to a gunshot wound. They're not really fixing the issue. And one of the best ways to fix the issue is by having a growth mindset. You got to be open-minded, Like if all of these guys that I've been sharing with you, their success stories, if it started off with one thing, it wasn't a personalized meal plan. It wasn't personalized workouts. It wasn't access to our app with our community and with our coaching. No. If it was one thing that led to their success, is that they were open-minded in the beginning. You have to believe in yourself. At the end of the day, you have to truly believe that you can get the results that you're looking for. And I always say it like this: your mindset is the most powerful tool on your body. Not your biceps, not your chest, nothing like that. It's your mindset. And if you truly believe that you can get the results that you're looking for, you can definitely change your life and be happy once and for all. Remember, one of the biggest things that's holding guys back from having success is these self-limiting beliefs of the past. Maybe they tried several different diets and never had success. And so they automatically think like I'm never going to be successful. And that's the wrong way to go about thinking about things. You have to believe that you're worthy enough. You have to believe that also your health should be a priority. I mean, honestly, like if we really think about it, let's just use this, for example, a nice hotel compared to a motel. You know, a nice hotel, it's going to be safe. It's going to be a great room, bed and breakfast. It's going to be fun, great, customer service, compared to a motel where, at the end of the day, it's probably not going to be the safest. You probably have to lock the door like 3 different ways just to feel comfortable at night. There's probably going to be, roaches and mice hanging around the place, stains on the floor, stains on the bed. Where would you want your kids and your family to stay at if you guys are going on a nice vacation? Are you looking to save some money? Well, hey, a motel might cost you what? 50, 60, 70 bucks a night compared to a nice hotel that might be what? 500, 600, 700 bucks a night? But at the end of the day, hey, you prioritize your family. You prioritize everybody's safety. You prioritize the fact that, hey, you want to make sure that it's a great experience for everybody. And so that's probably why you're willing to pay a little bit more money to stay in a hotel rather than a crappy motel. So why don't you start putting yourself first and start prioritizing your own health the same way? Think about it like sending your kids to school. It's the same exact thing, I'm sure you want the best for your kids. You want them to have a great education, feel safe playing with their friends, compared to, going to a school where necessarily they're not getting the best education. It's probably not the safest for them also. And once again, you prioritize your family. You got to learn how to prioritize yourself. You have to realize here that when you put your health first, there's nothing selfish about it by any means. It's actually selfless. Think about it in terms of, let's just say, a vehicle. And your body is this vehicle. Well, at the end of the day, hey, do you want to be this broken down vehicle that's, constantly causing problems? Like, here's the broken, starter, broken transmission, no AC, right? Lacking air in the tires. And then that just ride to Disneyland to take the whole family. It's just uncomfortable. Your car, right, is broken down on the side of the road and you got to call for a repairman. You got to call for a tow truck. What if you prioritized your health to where it's like a brand new car? You're going to take care of it. You're going to take it in to get maintenance. You're going to, clean it out. And most importantly, that ride to Disneyland, it's going to be safe. It's going to be fun for everybody because at the end of the day, when you truly prioritize yourself, think about you being a battery. Well, hey, if you're never taking time to recharge your batteries, how much can you really pour back out into others? If no one's filling you up and recharging you up, how much more can you continue to put out into others before you run thin, before you have no power? What about buying a house? I'm sure everybody, has a mortgage. Everybody prioritizes like, oh, I want a nice house. But when you go to buy a house, are you looking to buy the cheapest house? One that's in the hood? No, you're looking for one that is going to be safe. It's going to be, great experience to raise your family up in. It's going to be great, knowing peace of mind that your kids can go outside and play with the other kids in the neighborhood and you don't have to worry about them. Well, hey, why don't you focus on your health? Pretty much the same thing. Instead of being a liability, focus on being an asset. So what does that mean? What does being an asset truly mean? Well, hey, that means you taking priority, you taking ownership, you taking control over your health and realizing here that you need to step up to the plate. You need to do just something different about it. And it's very easy to do something about it. It's just at times, guys typically always want to look for what is the easiest option. What is the cheapest option? Maybe that's trying a low carb diet where it's easy to do in the very beginning, right? You lose some water weight, the skill goes down, you feel like you're having great success, but then what happens? It's hard down the road because you end up regaining all the weight right back. No, when you focus on being an asset, you focus on acquiring the knowledge. Remember, the 3-step fat loss formula here: acquisition, application, and most importantly, accountability. So when you focus on acquiring the knowledge of learning how to properly eat and train specifically for your body type, your goals, and also your lifestyle, Think about it. You're becoming an asset. You're losing the body fat. You're regaining your youth back. You're having more energy. You're having more sex drive. You're being a role model also for your friends, your family, your kids. You're leading by example. When you also applying these habits, you can teach it to others as well to inspire them to make a change. And when you have people in your corner holding you accountable, literally, you can't fail at all. I mean, take a look at all these guys right here. They were all scared, timid. All of these guys saw my Facebook ad, and they all thought it was a scam at first. It was the funniest thing because they all thought, man, this sounds too good to be true. Everybody does. Everybody always thinks that way. And everybody always has these self-limiting beliefs of, man, is this possible for me? Can I actually get the results like all these other guys? And absolutely, the question and the answer to that is yes, of course. Don't let the self-limiting beliefs hold you back. Remember, your mindset is the greatest muscle on your body. If you believe you can have success, it's right there. You just need to make sure that you have the right roadmap. And when you do, and it's something specifically tailored for you, your lifestyle, your goals, it's so much easier than doing something that at the end of the day isn't really personalized for you. Because when you learn and acquire the knowledge on how to do this all once and for all, once again, you'll never fall off the wagon. And even if you do, you'll be able to pick yourself right back up. It's so easy. It's just like putting, toothpaste on a toothbrush. If let's just say you miss a day of brushing your teeth, hey, the next day you just go right back to the bathroom, go, right back to brushing your teeth. Pretty easy, right? It's probably been months, maybe years since the last time you rode a bike, but hey, you still know how to ride a bike. If let's say you don't, have to drive anywhere for the next year, I'm pretty sure after a year, you can still hop in a vehicle, turn on the car, and drive it somewhere, right? And feel pretty comfortable. So at the end of the day, why don't you make eating for your body type and goals, training for your body type and goals, pretty much the same thing? Remember, acquisition, application, accountability. So the question is, do you want the roadmap? You can take the roadmap that's going to lead you to having better health, longevity, more success, more happiness, or do you want to continue taking that roadmap that you have been taking, which is probably why you're watching this presentation right now, is because you're looking to make a change. So when choosing the right path to take, just ask yourself this. Do you want to continue to go down this road that you have been going on, struggling to have confidence, struggling to have, happiness, struggling to have, higher sex drive, more energy, proper health? Or do you want to have success? And with having success, it probably means that you have to do something that you haven't been doing before. Where you are right now today is because of everything that you have been doing. So maybe you need to learn how to do something differently. Maybe someone needs to teach you, right, how to acquire more knowledge on how to properly eat and train for your body type and goals. Maybe somebody needs to help you on how to apply sustainable habits that work best for your lifestyle so you don't fall off the wagon. And maybe somebody needs to help hold you accountable to support you every step of the way. Now, in the beginning, I mentioned I have nothing to sell you at all. But with that being said, if you want to talk to somebody on my team or even myself to see if maybe Heartletics can be the roadmap for you, then at the end of the day, we do have spots still available if you would like to set up a free consultation. We're going to focus on going over 3 things on our call with you if this is something that you're interested in. The first thing is going over a full health and fitness analysis just to see, what adjustments you need to make, and that's it. We want to learn about your current habits, your occupation, your family, your health, everything like that, training, everything. Full analysis, just to see what adjustments to make. The second thing is to help you identify what are the key things that you need to start doing differently. Maybe that is, changing up your nutrition. Maybe that's training up your training routine. Maybe that's changing your mindset. When we can identify what are the key things that you need to start doing, you're going to start seeing better results almost ASAP. And lastly, we'll teach you how to stay motivated and most importantly, accountable to have success with reaching your goals. Now, I do want to say this call is not for you if you don't care about making changes in your health. You just want a quick fix, but not long-term success. And also, if you're looking for a cheap one-size-fits-all plan that is not personalized specifically for you. Now, on the flip side, this call is for you if you're committed to getting in the best shape of your life. If you're ready to learn sustainable habits that will benefit you and others. But also, if you're looking for a coach to help take out all the guesswork, really give you a systematic approach, really give you a plan that's 100% personalized and tailored for you and your lifestyle, where you just need to show up and you're going to get the results that you're looking for. The next steps are actually pretty simple. If you are interested in talking with either myself or somebody from my team, right below this training video is going to be the link to schedule a free call. All you have to do is put in a good day, a good time, but most importantly, make sure that when you get done doing that, fill out your transformation application form. This is going to be a simple form to fill out. It's going to go over your goals. It's going to go over your schedule as far as like what days of the week work best for you when it comes to training. Now, we also want to know certain things like where would you like to be training at? Is that at home with or without equipment? Is that at the gym? How long do you want your workouts to be? Any past and current injuries? It's going to go over a full assessment. If you're on any kind of medications, your current eating habits, everything like that. That way on our call, we can go over specifically that form that you submitted and help you with creating a game plan to having success. Now, I do want to say this, spots are very limited. We get hundreds of guys that apply for our coaching program every single month. So if you're interested, don't wait. Click on the link down below and schedule your free assessment call today.